Good morning. Today we are working on CO57. I can classify and draw regular, convex, and concave polygons. New vocabulary words. Once we learn what the words mean, it makes a whole lot more sense. First thing we have to know is what a polygon is. We've talked about triangles, we've talked about quadrilaterals. Now we're talking about polygons. A polygon is a geometric figure made up of three or more sides. Oh, not sides, line segments, which would be sides. So it's made up of three or more line segments that intersect only at their end points. So they don't intersect or cross over each other somewhere other than their end. So that means that these are enclosed figures with straight edges, no curves. So there's no openings, it's an enclosed figure, and there's no curved sides. So examples of a polygon could be something that looks like this. I'm drawing them like segments. That is a polygon. They only connect at their endpoints. It is closed. There's no openings to my figure. There's no roundedness to my figure. Another example. I am that talented. It's not a perfect star, but notice it is a polygon because every side is straight. It is closed up. There is no opening. It does not cross over any line segments other than at the end. They intersect only at their endpoints. So let's look at some examples of not a polygon. Tell me why that would not be a polygon. Layla. The lines intersect in their middle. Polygons cannot intersect outside of their ends. Only at the endpoints, not in the middle. Here's another one. Why is that not a polygon? Marina. A curve, yes. It has a curve to it. It is not straight. If there is a curve, it is not a polygon. Why is that not a polygon? Lilia. There's an open side. It's not closed up. If there is an opening, your dog can escape the yard. Not a polygon. It needs to be all closed. We want to keep the dog inside the yard. So if it is open, not a polygon. Shh. You need to make sure you have the examples on there. It's going to help you with this objective. I need to erase to scroll up. This table will be something you will want on your help sheet. We need to know the names of our different polygons. If our polygon has 3 sides, what is it called? Ah, yes. This one we have been working on. We know a 3-sided polygon is a triangle. The next one we should know. What do we call 4-sided polygons, Dom? Nope. What did I call it yesterday? Quadrilateral, 4 sides. Because it could be a square, it could be a rectangle, it could be a trapezoid. Quadrilaterals all have 4 sides. So we don't want to just say square because it could be so much more. So quadrilateral. It has 5 sides. What do we call it, Layla? No, not a hexagon. It has more than 5 sides. Dom, you did the 9/11 report for History Day, right? What has 5 sides? No, not the Twin Towers. Madeline? Pentagon. Okay, Pentagon has 5 sides. The Pentagon in Washington, D.C. that was hit by a plane has 5 sides to that building. It is in the shape of a pentagon.
Wait, did people die there too?
Yeah, not as many, but yes. Number 6, hexagon. Oh, I'm saying it. I forgot to ask it. Number 6 is a hexagon. 6 sides is a hexagon. I was going to ask you all to say it, and I said it myself. 7 sides. Think you know, Zelda? Yeah, but we're moving on from that. 7 sides would be a heptagon. Heptagon. 8 sides. What do we call a stop sign, Melanie? Octagon. You need to write down these names because on the test, friends, stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. On the test, it will say, draw a heptagon. You need to know how many sides to put in your polygon. So it is important that we are writing these down. Number 9. Not number 9. 9 sides. Think you know? What is this called? A nonagon. Well, how many sides does it have, Madison? It's a 9-sided polygon. So you shouldn't say, well, what is a nonagon? We know what it is. It is a polygon with 9 sides. What is a 10-sided figure? Madeline. It is a decagon. Deca means 10.
How? I said pentagon. Yeah, hexagon.
Now, in our homework, you need to know this. So we're going to add it on to the end. A 12-sided figure is a dodecagon. A 12-sided figure is called a dodecagon. They are stemming from what language? Greek.
Oh, and I should know.
Mm-hmm. These stem, a lot of math words come from Greek words. I honestly don't know that. I'm sorry, what? Yeah.
Don't you just go?
You have to make sure there's 12 sides. So any polygon that has 12 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Does this count?
If it has 12 sides. If there's 12 sides to it, yes.
I just realized all of the other ones except the triangle and quadrilateral have God at the end.
Okay, now our polygons have names depending on how many sides there are. And now comes in that regular, convex, and concave. So a regular polygon would be a polygon with all sides equal in length and all angles not angels, angles equal in measure. So another way of saying that would be congruent sides and angles. So when we were talking about the four-sided polygon, and Dom said a square would be a regular quadrilateral because all sides equal, all angles are equal. So it's a quadrilateral, but it's a special kind of quadrilateral that's called a regular quadrilateral. So congruent, remember, means that our sides all have the same hash mark on it. So if all the sides have the same, it means they all have one line. If we look at a rectangle, this measurement and this measurement are the same, and this measurement and this measurement are the same. So ones are the same, the two notches are the same. So you have to count notches, match up the notches. Two notches is not the same as one notch, so they are not equal measures. They are not congruent. Does that make sense? So that square, all four sides are the same measurement, so they all just have one notch on them. Congruent angles are marked with arcs through each angle. So if there's one arc, those are congruent. We have that isosceles. It would just be the bottom two are congruent. So instead of notches, we're talking about the angles. The angles, remember I said, always have to go into those corners. Those are the angles. So if you see those arcs, that means the angles are congruent. Any questions on that? So regular polygon, all the sides and angles are congruent. Think square. They're all the same. Think a stop sign. Stop signs, all the sides are the same measurement. All the angles are the same measurement. So those are regular polygons. So let's look at what it means to be concave and convex. A concave polygon, hopefully I get clear. There we go. Oh, goodness. Concave polygon. Wait a minute for it to focus. Concave polygons will always have at least one interior angle which is angles that measure between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. So, examples of that. When I think concave, I think a polygon that has caved in on at least one side. So, instead of a square going across, it caves in. So this interior angle is bigger than 180 degrees. So I really don't care what goofiness is happening. Your attention needs to be up here and focusing. Another example. Interior angles are over 180 degrees. It has caved in on a side. It's over 180 degrees. It can be just one angle. It could be multiple angles that are bigger than that 180 degrees. Okay, so that's concave. One side has caved in. Convex is the opposite. Convex has no big angles. Interior angles are less than 180 degrees. So all of the interior angles are smaller than 180 degrees. So all of these angles are smaller than 180. Sorry, step up. Convex means all the inside. Interior means inside the polygon. They're all little angles. Concave means it has caved in. So the interior angle is really big. So one of those inside angles will be big. Your test is next week. It's up to you if you're going to pay attention and understand the difference. This is the whole objective, knowing if it's regular, concave, or convex, and knowing what name how many sides there are, what name that polygon has. So you need to know this. Let's look at our second page. Classify each polygon as regular, convex, or concave, and then by its number of sides. So 2 names. So look at that first one. Is it regular, convex, or concave? Look at our very first polygon. Is that a regular, convex, or concave polygon? I love how Lilia's looking back at that front side, looking at those definitions, trying to remember what does regular, convex, and concave mean. Now I'm actually looking at a polygon. What am I going to call it? Liam?
Is it convex?
Why would it be convex, Liam?
Because it has angles that are less than 180.
Yeah, all of these interior angles are less than 180 degrees. They're all small. So we know it's convex. Nothing has caved in. We can also see that nothing is saying that they are congruent. They are not equal, so it can't be regular. You can't just look at it and say, it looks to be the same. Nope, it has to actually tell us by the arcs or the notches that things are congruent. So we know it's convex. Am I done?
No.
Why not?
You have the number of its sides.
I also have to give it side name. How many sides does it have? What would I call that? A convex what? Jimena? Pentagon. It is a convex pentagon. So I have to do regular, convex, or concave, and then I have to say the number of sides, what its name is. Do that for all of those. Decide if it's convex or concave or regular. You'll know it's regular because the arcs will tell us. Concave, it's going to have sides that have caved in. If we look at the inside of the polygon, there will be really big angles over 180 degrees. Then we have to draw an example of the polygon described. A nonagon, any 9-sided shape. Remember, if it's a nonagon, it's a polygon, it needs to be connected. There can be no openings. You don't want to let the dog out of the yard. If it says regular octagon, you need to show that all the sides and angles are congruent. If it's concave, you need to have at least one side caved in. Convex means all of the inside angles are small, no cave-ins. So you have to draw the correct number-sided shape in the correct way. There will be test questions just like this. So you have to pay attention to how you draw it. No curved lines, all straight, no openings, the correct number of sides. Then we have to answer our true-false statements. If it is false, you need to draw or write a counter example. So a quadrilateral cannot be regular. We've already talked about that. That is false. And I could write a square is congruent sides, or I could just draw a picture. I could draw a picture of that square with congruent sides and corners. That is a quadrilateral, 4 sides, all congruent. So you could do it with a picture, you could do it with words. Then on the bottom, it's time for review. Our test is next week. Take the review seriously. Look back at those objectives, refresh your memory. How do I solve these? So make sure you're looking back at it. Make sure you are understanding all those different vocabulary words. Make sure you do the review correctly. It's there to help you, so our test goes better next week. Take the review seriously. Any questions on any of these? If you are watching at home, I hope you are well. I hope to see you soon. Please come find me if you have any questions. Have a wonderful day.